Hi everybody, in this video I'm going to share with you tips and my build how to beat Hundred-Eyed Daoist Master in the game Black MYth Wukong. Alright, we're going to start with the build. Keep in mind this is not fully optimized build. Actually, because I tested things, some of the things I haven't used at all. I even forgot to change my stance, to be honest with you. So it still worked even though I was actually not playing well because it was late at night. But eventually I was able to beat it. I was always very close. But this build was very good, and eventually even with pretty bad play I was able to finish it. So this just shows you that with optimized build would be easier and not using any medicine or anything. So this is basically the armor that I use. The idea is that we're going to use forget about duplicates and forget about immobilize. It's not good here in this fight in my opinion. I tried that. That was actually my main build before. It just doesn't work. It makes the fight much harder. I'm not saying that it's not possible. I'm just saying for me it didn't work. Right? So you can see I invested here in martial arts stamina. So you can see the skill tree. Lots of defense in mana. We need lots of mana in this one. Now you can see thrust stance, which I prefer. But again, I haven't used it from what I recall. It was late at night, so I wasn't concentrated. Still, even with not really good run, I was able to finish it. I had better runs with this, but again 2-3 tries and I was able to finish it. Before that it was very hard for me. For example, I invested in cloud step, but I didn't use it at all. So I'm just saying. So I'm just saying, see what I'm actually telling you that I didn't use, so you can actually invest more points in other things. Alright, a few things more. Basically, I invested here in defense, right? So lots of defense. This is the weapon that I used. High damage, high crit chance, relatively. This is the one that I used, the spirit, for increasing attack damage of my heavy attacks. And this is the healing. The reason I use this one is because of the first heal. It just heals fully, which is great. So you can go with something more complicated, but for me it just works, so I stay with it. Alright, now for the fight I'm going to show lots of tips here. Now it's important to know that in this fight I needed to learn the moves. And eventually I was trying it several times, quite a lot. I was able to really understand how to dodge the attacks, and if I'm more let's say aware and it's not late at night, I can dodge 95% of his attacks without getting hit. My first tip is stay close. It's much easier than far. He has crazy attacks when you're far, and also once you learn to dodge the attacks it becomes so much easier. And even if you say that you don't get it, try several times. Eventually you're going to break the barrier even without knowing it, so you know what to dodge the attacks pretty fast. This was a pretty bad run. I was actually about to go to sleep, but again, I got it, so I'm sharing it with you here. So basically the idea is to use the fire ring, so you don't need to exhaust all your healing. And also if you put the fire ring close to him, you can actually stagger him. This is also a good idea if you be able to make it. Not everything that I tell you actually was here in this fight, I'm just sharing more tips. It's better to be close to, behind him just a bit, so especially if he does the grab, which is very annoying, it does lots of damage, so it's very hard to time it right. Now regarding the things that it throws at you, cards, whatever this is, you can actually get it once. Just wait a bit before you wake up and stand, so you get less damage because you're invulnerable for like 2 seconds. Now in this stage, basically I use the spirit. You cannot use spirit in the second stage, so I'm just wasting it here. This is a very durable one, so basically I can get a little bit of damage, but the idea is just to exhaust when it goes underground so I won't get hit. You can dodge it, but it's pretty hard for me and I already can't use the spirit, so why not? This happens I think one time in the fight. For me it actually went down again. I was kind of unlucky. And the moment I finished with it, it went on the ground, got me. You can dodge it, but the timing was pretty bad for me, so I got hit. Seek your death. You on your way. trust me, if you play a bit, you're gonna see that his attacks are pretty easy to dodge. I'm telling you. Before that, I was like, no way I'm dodging all that, and after several tries, I was just dodging most of his attacks pretty easily. So these are the cards. Just be down, and then you can wake yourself. You see, I'm just letting it. If it hits me, I didn't do it here. Anyway, you can stay a bit down for like a second and a half, and because hit you, but it won't actually do damage. By the way, there's also a drink that I recommend that when you actually use the HP and the healing, you can actually not use it. There's a chance for it, so it's actually good also for this fight. I'm just saying. And yeah, this is one of my really bad runs. It actually grabbed me also, but you can see that even if it's not going well, I was able to finish it. So if it goes well, it's easier, much easier. So you can see that I'm exhausting in my healing. Before that, by the way, one of the runs was actually perfect and I failed. But it didn't be because I needed to learn the second stage and it took me time to learn it. That's why. So I'm actually more testing, but again, it still works. This is why the fire ring is so amazing. Second stage, avoid, this is a timing. And this is all timing. There's really nothing I can say. Just learning the timing. Again, it took me tries to get deep into the fight to learn it. First gather, and then learn it a bit. Here also is very hard. It can actually kill you when it does that. Either you turn it to stone in the right time, or just dodge. Those all two dodges, but again, it took me some time to learn when it does that. Now here it's timing, just make sure it's really constant. You just need, when you see it hitting the ground, dodge. Hitting the ground, dodge. Hitting the ground, dodge. You don't even need to run. Just hitting the ground, dodge. If I took something for extra defense. So you can see basically the main key here is having the fire ring, and also I use the spirit, so kind of past the hard part where you can actually get hit, and that's enough. Other than that, you can see what I actually use, but it can be improved and it can be much easier. You can of course use also different medicine that give you extra. I actually use one for defense at the end because I was low, and yeah, basically I recommend don't give up. Continue the fight, learning the moves, You can see that even although it seems like you're not getting it, you'll eventually get it. It just becomes like, like a language. I know that for Souls games, by the way, when it seems like I can't do it, eventually it becomes much, much easier. And you just, even if you're tired, you can actually do well. And that's it. Hope you find this useful. Good luck with the fight. Have fun. I'll see you in the next guide. Thanks for watching.